Alright, so I'm going to teach you the rest of this lesson with a few, well, I guess I'm just going to continue teaching this lesson with some more practice. So on this equation, we have to simplify by using distributive property to get rid of these parentheses. So I'm going to take negative 4 times x, which is negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 1 is a positive 4. Negative 5 times 2 would be negative 10. Negative 5 times negative 1x would be a positive 5x, and then that was equal to negative 6. On the left-hand side, we're going to simplify. So we're going to combine the negative 4x and the positive 5x, which will just give us a 1x. 4 minus 10 is negative 6. And then we're going to add 6 to both sides to isolate the x and solve this equation. And so x equals 0. Now sometimes students get a little confused when the solution is 0. 0 is just a number and it can be the solution to an equation, so it's just fine whenever you get a solution of 0. Let's check this one. Okay, so we're going to have negative 4 and 0 minus 1 minus 5, and that's 2 minus 0 equals negative 6. So on the first one, we have negative 4 times negative 1 minus 5 times 2 equals negative 6. So when I multiply a negative times a negative, it's positive. That's a positive 4 minus 10 equals negative 6. So 4 minus 10 is negative 6, and you see that this does check. Okay, so to solve this equation, we're going to subtract the 10 11ths on both sides, minus 10 11ths, minus 10 11ths, and then 1 minus 10 is negative 9 11ths. And now you can put the negative here, or you can put it right in front of the division bar or the fraction bar. And you get y equals negative 9 11ths. Okay, so we have some decimals and we have just some integers as well. And so we're going to start out by simplifying the left-hand side of this equation. We're going to take negative 7x and negative 2x and combine those. Negative 1.3 and negative 3.5, right, because those are our constant terms. So negative 9x, I like to put the variables first when I can. And then that's going to be negative 4.8, and the right hand side stays the same for now. Alright, so we're going to add 8x to solve. That leaves me a negative 1x minus 4.8 equals 4.4. So now we're going to add the 4.8. And we still have a negative x equals, let's see, that would be 12, and I'm going to add 1 of the decimal, and that's 9. Let me write that again. So, whoops, I took that off. We're going to divide by negative 1 to solve, because you have to have a positive 1x. You can't leave it with a negative 1x. And so x equals negative 9.2. And that's the end. I wasn't sure if that was the last slide or if I had one more. So that's the end of section 2.2, and I hope you guys are understanding solving equations.